my 9-year-old can budget better than most adults. That's because she's been receiving allowance since she was 4 years old. And for those of you who want to make your children budgeting pros, this is exactly how I started. First thing is choose your cadence. How often do you want to pay allowance? I personally do it weekly. However, I would say that monthly might be a little bit too far apart from each other. They'll totally forget what they did last month, and it might make it harder for them to pick up on the process of allowance. Weekly or bi-weekly would be your best bet. Next up, you want to choose the amount that they will get in allowance. This is kind of very much up to you and what your budget allows. Don't feel like you have to give a certain amount in order for it to work. They just need to have some money to work with. I do their age in dollars per week. However, you could definitely do their age in dollars bi-weekly or split their age in half and give them that weekly. You can definitely change that amount up to fit your budget. Your budget takes priority over their allowance amount. The third thing is the most important, which is to actually sit down with your children and walk them through the process of budgeting. How this looks like when you're first starting is very, very, very simple. You're trying to teach them that when they receive money, it is not all for spending, it is not all for savings. They have to split their money up into different buckets. The 3 buckets that I started with was spending, saving, and investing. For spending, I bought her a little wallet, and then for savings and investing, I had envelopes that I just wrote savings and investing and laid them out for her. There was only one rule when it came to how she split it up, which is that something had to go into each of them. Something I've repeated to her over and over and over again is that they are all important. At the very beginning, when you're just starting with them, you just want to talk about how investing is for long-term goals, savings is for shorter-term goals, and then spending is for their day-to-day wants. That's it. You don't have to make it more complicated than that. All you're really trying to do is start working the muscle that when money is received, money is split up into different categories for different purposes. If they take nothing else away from allowance, that is what you want them to remember. Too many of us are told to save and told to invest, but are never taught the how. By sitting down with your children and guiding them through the process, you are teaching them the how. You are giving them the confidence for them to manage their money in the future. I will add on about confidence though. In order for them to gain that confidence, you have to let them have autonomy over where they put their money and how they spend their money. The more rules and restrictions that you put on your kids, the less confident they're going to be in their decisions. It is okay for them to make mistakes, especially when we're dealing with a few dollars, and while they're still young and in the safety of your home, let them learn from those mistakes so that hopefully it prevents mistakes in adulthood. If you just start there, your kid or kids will be well on their way to being complete budget pros.